Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news begins now.
Good evening. 20 of our best firefighters are arriving in regional Victoria tonight, providing much needed reinforcement for local crews fighting a major bushfire. It's the first of 2 rotations from the Tasmanian Task Force, the next tranche due to fly out in coming days.
A standing show of mateship. Tasmanian firefighters on their way to help their Victorian counterparts battling several bushfires raging across the state.
They're experiencing very extreme fire danger. That's been going on for the last few weeks. We don't have any significant fires, so we are fortunate that we can assist.
Veteran fireys and first-timers will hit the ground over the next 5 days, joining dozens of other crews, local and interstate, already on the front line fighting the ferocious blazes.
The firefighters from Sustainable Timber Tasmania, the Parks and Wildlife Service, and a combination of TFS career and volunteer firefighters.
Sent over to some of those other states, Sydney, obviously Melbourne as well too, so it's not my first time.
For others, it's a family affair. Father-son duo Jake and Phil Sangers joining the deployment.
Dad's there to look after me, so that's always nice.
The conditions worsening across Victoria, with fireys confronted with barrelling walls of flames and billowing smoke. Victoria is facing the most dangerous conditions since the 2019-2020 Black Summer bushfires.
The conditions in Victoria are at what they were in 2019-20.
The Tasmanian team going in cautious but confident.
We don't know what we're going to encounter. Just get in and get the job done and do what we need to do. They do the same for us in Tassie.
We could be dropping in by aircraft. We could be going to remote areas to try and conduct some backburning operations. We could be trying to assist with slowing the spread of the fire, especially the flank fires.
Authorities say future deployments will be in accordance on Tasmania's fire activity in the coming months. Rebecca Gaidaneris, 7 Tasmania News.
A motorcyclist is in a critical condition after colliding with a Hilux in Longford this afternoon. It comes as police call out the behaviour of some drivers during the holiday road safety period. 2 young P-platers were fined after being clocked at over 160 km/h on the Bass Highway at Hagley and Deloraine, while a Newstead woman was charged with drink driving offences, accused of blowing 5 times over the legal limit. Authorities say they'll continue targeting reckless behaviour over New Year's. Bargain hunters have been out in full force making the most of bumper Boxing Day sales. The big spend is a welcome boost for local retailers, a post-Christmas gift allowing them to round out the year on a high.
After the Christmas chaos comes the Boxing Day bargains, a sales splurge for one of the busiest days on the shopping calendar.
Very busy, never seen it so busy in Hobart.
It was packed. You couldn't really move without bumping into someone.
Australians tipped to spend up big, dropping a whopping $1.3 billion.
Saving the money up for Boxing Day, trying to get some good deals.
Didn't really know what I wanted, but I found a pair of pants and I quite liked them, so I bought them.
Despite the customer surge, Launceston City Council kept its multi-storey car parks shut, meaning parking places like this were the hottest ticket in town. With major brands slashing price tags in half, lines are out the door.
Good, very long waiting line for Peter Alexander.
It's annoying, but I mean it's all worth it when you get what you want. It's like a 30-minute wait for the change rooms.
Others not so keen to play the waiting game.
I was going to go to JD and then the line up and I couldn't be bothered waiting.
The bumper Boxing Day sale was a bumper gift for retailers too. The cash splash, welcome relief to round out the year.
So busy before Christmas, I was wondering if it's going to be busy, but so far from 9 o'clock onwards people are turning out.
Been pretty crazy. We were originally supposed to open at 10 o'clock and we had people lining up by 9:30.
Bringing extra hands on board to deal with the rush.
All our staff are on today. All hands on deck.
And as for what's left in the shopping stamina tank,
Couple more hours. A few more, then go home, watch the Boxing Day test.
Yeah.
Victoria East 7 Tasmania News.
For 10 years, live music has been blasting from Taroona Bowls Club every December 26th in an annual festival lovingly known as Boxing Day Bolo. Well, while I'm slaving away here, Stacey Eldridge has pulled the short straw and is coming to us live from the party. Stacey, what's the crowd like out there?
Everybody's having a blast, Nick, as you can probably hear, and what a way to spend Boxing Day. Hundreds are packing the greens here at Taroona as they've done for a decade now, in what's described as one of the best showcases of Tasmania's live music scene. Among the bands taking the festival stage are local favourites Tiger Choir, who are playing a one-off reunion set. Charlie Jones from the Taroona Bowls Club thinks the 10th instalment is the best so far.
It's just another wonderful day down here. It's great to see all the families. It's been a great success. It's just wonderful.
Everyone's having a blast, enjoying the food and drinks and taking their shoes off and doing a bit of bowling. It's a great way for young people to experience a sport that many people think is just for older people. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks very much, Stacey. Enjoy yourself out there. Well, 2 world records are ready to fall in Tasmania tomorrow. A reigning world champion is planning to pedal her way into the history books on a bicycle that's straight out of the history books.
Out of fashion since the 1800s, Lizanne Wilmot is pedalling penny farthings back into the limelight. World champion since 2018, tomorrow she'll be attempting to break not 1 but 2 Guinness World Records.
Because I'm normally a sprinter on a track bike, I saw those sprint records and I'm like, oh man, need to have a crack at those.
She says most of the penny farthing records of yesteryear were set by men because women weren't allowed to ride bicycles.
Scoot, scoot. And here we go.
Hoping to set that straight by gunning not only for the quickest women's 1 kilometre penny farthing sprint, but the men's as well, 1 kilometre in 90 seconds, before backing it up with a crack at the speed record.
For that 100 metres, it's going to be head down, legs going furiously, just maximum speed for that 100 metres.
Lizanne wants a crowd at Newtown Oval at 11:30 as she attempts to hit 42 kilometres an hour on the unconventional apparatus.
If you stop by for lunch, there'll be, some quality penny farthing efforts happening.
While the velodrome may look empty now, it will be filled with Olympians and world and national champions tomorrow, all gearing up to pedal their way to win $150,000. If successful, Lizanne's first stop will be to the pub to celebrate.
Yeah, I'll probably get a couple beers tomorrow night. Am I allowed to say that?
Stacey Eldridge, 7 Tasmania News.
The Jack Jumpers have listened to their fans' Christmas wish list, beating the New Zealand Breakers by 15 points in a huge game at MyState Bank Arena. Tensions boiling over in the 4th term, and 2 players are now waiting to learn their fates.
In front of a packed home crowd, scores were close in the final quarter. But all of a sudden, the game lost its Christmas cheer.
Hang on a second.
Oh, Parker
Jackson Cartwright has totally lost it here.
The ref coming off second best, falling to the ground after being pushed by the Breakers star.
It's Michael Aylen putting his body on the line there.
Jack jumper Ruben Tarangi and Breakers player Parker Jackson Cartwright referred to the game review panel.
The Jack Jumpers say Merry Christmas to their fans, and they've got the rest of the competition watching on nervously.
Jordan Crawford notching up another stellar performance with 26 points and 6 3-pointers off the bench.
Crawford cutting and weaving to the basket.
The star guard sweating on the arrival of his family from Florida after flight delays threatened to ruin the Christmas celebrations.
They landed in Hobart about 4 p.m. and came straight to the game, so they're the real troopers and my biggest fans.
The win marking the Jack Jumpers' 7th in a row.
To be on Christmas Day and the arena packed and just crazy in there, and the fans turn up, and I'm obviously very proud of our guys.
Tarangi and Jackson Cartwright are tonight waiting to hear if they'll be charged. That incident now before the game review panel.
After claiming overall honours in last year's Sydney Hobart Tassie Yacht Alive has retired quite early with engine troubles, sailing into Wollongong this afternoon. Porco Rosso fared the best of the local fleet in at 10th. Favourite for line honours Master Lock Comanche is in the lead, while Wild Thing 100 remains in the fight despite almost capsizing in Sydney Harbour. It won't get any easier tonight though, with possible gale force winds expected to hit the competitors. Streets in Launceston City have been closed off. More than 100 bike riders are right now competing in the Gilmore Cycling Classic. The unique 2K loop starts on Racecourse Crescent, then around Launceston City Park. The elite women and men will be notching up roughly 50 kilometres on the bike, racing for $7,500 in prize money. We'll have the results of those races in tomorrow night's bulletin. And that's all I have in sport, Nick.
Thanks very much, Lee. Well, Jackie Harvey has our weather after the break.
Good evening. Warm temperatures were seen right around the state today, with Launceston reaching 28 degrees, Hobart 26, 23 in Burnie, Devonport 22. 30 was the state's top across King Island and Flinders Island, Low Head 21 and 29 in Strawn. Widespread middle and high level cloud is seen streaming over Tasmania today, with clear skies about the northeast. Further out, a cold front with a thick band of low-level cloud is seen passing through Western South Australia. Tomorrow shows a deep low passing to the south of Tasmania, directing a strong westerly airstream over the state. West to northwesterly winds tomorrow 25 to 35 knots, reaching 45 knots about the south. Swells up to 4 metres in the west and south and up to 2 metres in the north. A severe weather warning for damaging winds is current for the Upper Derwent Valley, Southeast, East Coast, Central Plateau and Midlands forecast districts, and a strong wind warning for the Derwent Estuary, Frederick Henry Bay, Norfolk Bay and Storm Bay. Tomorrow's forecast now: Hobart and Campania, windy with a possible shower, 17 in Huonville. In the north, Launceston 21, a shower or two across Devonport and Georgetown. 18 about Burnie and Wynyard tomorrow, windy with showers in Strawn. Mostly sunny with wind about St Helens and Swansea, and 20 degrees in Port Arthur. Looking ahead to the 3-day forecast now: Saturday, showers more frequent about the north and west. Sunday, showers about the west and far south, isolated showers elsewhere. And Monday, showers across the west and far south, mostly fine elsewhere. Capital cities, 27 and sunny in Perth tomorrow. Adelaide, a shower or two, and 38 in Sydney. And currently Hobart, cloudy and 23, Launceston a shower or two, and Devonport a shower or two, and currently 21 degrees. And it's looking like we can expect a few more showers across the state tomorrow, Nick.
Thanks very much, Jackie. Well, that is all the news from us this Boxing Day. Stick around, we're heading to the SCG next to finish off that clash between the Sixers and Stars. Good night.